Attention passionate Detroit, Lions fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Detroit Lions' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Detroit Lions fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Detroit Lions fans. Let's get to the news now, folks. If you've been paying close attention to the NFL landscape lately, you know the Lions are sitting pretty at 7-3, looking like real contenders this season. But there's a buzz out there, a whisper from sources close to the league, including some of the biggest insiders like Adam Schefter, that the Lions might be on the verge of making a game-changing move. And it involves Tristan Wirfs, the all-pro tackle from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Yep, you heard that right. This isn't just some rumor floating around. It's a serious consideration that could reshape the Lions' offensive line and consequently their entire playoff trajectory. Now, the context here is essential. The Buccaneers, sitting at 6-3, are in a bit of a tricky spot financially. They have around $18 million in cap space, but their offensive line has been leaking sacks. About 25 sacks allowed in Mayfield's games, which is not good at all. Mayfield himself has been pressured heavily, with an EPA dropback of -0.12, indicating he's under constant duress. Tampa's thinking, we need to rebuild this line, especially after losing Nelson to injury and illness, which kept him out of 2 games. So they're considering trading Wirfs, a top-tier tackle, in exchange for a second-round pick in 2026. The goal: focus on a defensive rebuild, especially after injuries to Nelson and Mahogany, who has been out with a concussion. Now, from the Lions' perspective, this is a golden opportunity. Detroit, sitting comfortably at 7-3 with about $15 million in cap space, has been searching for reliable protection for Jared Goff. Decker has been out with a shoulder injury for 3 games, and Mahogany's concussion has kept him sidelined for 2. They need an elite tackle, someone who can stabilize the line, protect Goff, and create explosive run lanes for the ground game. Wirfs, with his track record, fits that bill perfectly. He's played 6 games as a starter in 2025 and earned a 92.0 grade from PFF, with an 86% run-block win rate and only 5 pressures allowed. Over his career, he's played 80 games, made 3 Pro Bowls, and has been a dominant force on the right side, allowing only 10 sacks in his career and generating an EPA per run of +0.28. He's known for his impeccable footwork, strength, and consistency, traits the Lions desperately need to protect Goff and improve their rushing attack. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Detroit Lions news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. Now just imagine what Wirfs could bring to Detroit. His addition would immediately boost the ground game, which has been good but could be even better. We're talking about adding around 450 rushing yards to the season, pushing the team's average rushing yards per game from around 140 to over 180. That kind of ground attack would open up the play-action passing game even more, giving Goff more time and space to operate. Plus, it would help reduce the number of sacks allowed, going from 26 in some games down to possibly just 16. That's a game-changer for the Lions' offense, allowing them to sustain drives, score more points, and keep defenses honest. And let's not forget the impact on third downs. The Lions have struggled a bit converting on third down, but with Wirfs anchoring the line, that conversion rate could jump from around 42% to nearly 58%. That's a significant increase, giving Detroit more sustained drives, more scoring opportunities, and ultimately more wins. Wirfs' presence would also elevate the entire offensive line, making Sewell's job easier, especially considering Sewell's own outstanding grade of 89.2 from PFF. Together, they could form a formidable right side that defenses would struggle to contain. In terms of sacks, the Lions have allowed 26 so far this season, which is too many for a team aiming for deep playoff runs. Bringing in Wirfs could cut that number nearly in half, drastically improving Goff's protection and giving him more confidence in the pocket. And the offensive boost wouldn't just be about pure protection. It would also be about how the team could utilize their run game more effectively. With Wirfs anchoring the line, Montgomery could find more lanes to exploit, especially considering his 4.3 yards per carry average this season. The synergy between the running back and offensive line would be a nightmare for defenses, and that's exactly what Detroit needs to push toward the next level. Now, this move has huge playoff implications. The odds of the Lions winning the NFC North could improve dramatically. Right now, betting odds suggest they're around +1,500 to win the division, but with Wirfs in the fold, those odds could plummet to +550 or better. The addition of such a high-caliber tackle would make Detroit a favorite in many matchups, especially in the postseason. Think about the impact on the Super Bowl odds, too. Currently, they sit around +1,500, but with Wirfs boosting the offensive line and Goff thriving behind him, those numbers could drop significantly, maybe to +550 or even lower. Historically, trades for tackles like Andrews or Thomas have shown how transformative a great offensive lineman can be. The Giants, for example, saw their rushing yards skyrocket after acquiring Andrew Thomas, and similar logic applies here. If the Lions can pull this off, it wouldn't just be a short-term boost. It could be the start of a new era, a true dynasty built around a dominant, relentless offensive line that can punch through defenses like Tampa Bay did in 2023. The Bucs, after all, saw how investing in their offensive line and supporting Goff with a strong rushing attack led to a +13% EPA boost, which translated into more wins. The Lions could replicate and even surpass that level of success with Wirfs. Looking ahead, this move could also reshape the NFC landscape. The Lions have been knocking on the playoff door for a few years now, and with a move like this, they're not just knocking, they're banging down the door. The path to a deep playoff run, maybe even a Super Bowl, becomes much clearer when you have a tackle of Wirfs' caliber protecting Jared Goff and opening up running lanes. It's about creating a balanced, unstoppable offense that can adapt and dominate any opponent. Of course, all this hinges on whether the Lions can pull off the trade. It's no secret that Detroit has been aggressive in recent years, making bold moves to improve their roster, and this would be the biggest yet. The team's management understands the importance of investing in their offensive line, especially with Goff performing at a high level and Montgomery proving to be a reliable workhorse. The synergy between the front office, coaching staff, and players makes this kind of bold move plausible, especially if the Lions see Wirfs as the missing piece to elevate their Super Bowl aspirations. In conclusion, if the Lions manage to land Tristan Wirfs, it would be a seismic shift in their quest for NFL supremacy. It's about more than just adding a star player. It's about establishing a foundation for sustained success, a line that can dominate in the trenches and secure wins against the toughest defenses. With Wirfs protecting Goff, the Lions could become an unstoppable force, pushing their Super Bowl window wide open and making a statement that they're here to stay. The NFC North would have to recalibrate, and rival teams would have to scramble to find ways to counter this new, formidable Detroit powerhouse. It's an exciting time for Lions fans, and if this move happens, get ready for a roller coaster ride filled with big plays, playoff battles, and maybe, just maybe, another trip to the biggest stage in football. And now, Detroit Lions fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to USANTO, the Detroit Lions. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Detroit Lions news.